With the recent news of Mars leaving NASCAR at the end of the 2022 season, I thought I would sit down for a few minutes and discuss a common worry among NASCAR fans with sponsors leaving. So, why is Mars leaving NASCAR? Well, before the NASCAR is dying crowd can answer, because NASCAR is not dying, let's see why. It was reported by Adam Stern that key members of the company have changed since the last negotiations took place between M&Ms and Joe Gibbs Racing. I'm not a business guru, but I can bet that when there are changes in the top positions of a company, moves like this are expected, stating that Mars wanted to try new things. Whether that means they run off to the NFL or the NBA remains to be unseen. The fact is, when there's a change in upper management, in will come different priorities and perspectives from those new people, which in this case can mean that a NASCAR sponsorship could be on the chopping block. Many fans have voiced concern on the departure of major corporations like Home Depot, Target, Lowe's, UPS, among others, leaving the sport. Also, some have been quick to blame the new number replacements on the next-gen car for the M&M's departure. Not true at all. As a matter of fact, Joe Gibbs Racing was notified of this in the summer of 2020, according to Bob Pockrass. The team has been working on finding new sponsors for Kyle, and honestly, I don't think he's going to have any issues finding a new sponsor. Kyle Busch is one of the best in the business. NASCAR is the sport that constantly changes the most, and we're seeing more change than ever before, as I've said in previous videos. NASCAR made the decision with moving the numbers forward to increase sponsorship value. Keep in mind, back in the 2000s, NASCAR was more mainstream and in the national spotlight. But even today in 2021, going into 2022, there are still major companies in the sport like Anheuser-Busch, Coca-Cola, and Monster Energy. Since Monster Energy is part of Coca-Cola, there's McDonald's, Body Armor, Shell Pennzoil, Ally Financial, Columbia Sportswear, heck, Subway just came back, and a trendy company such as DoorDash. Seeing companies especially like Columbia, DoorDash, and Ally are making a big splash is amazing for the sport. Major companies have always cycled through the sport over time. That's nothing new. The economy has changed a lot, not just with the 2008 recession, but now you have to also consider how the economy has been affected by the pandemic that is unfortunately still raging on. Despite that, there aren't many companies that can do full season sponsorships anymore, and the hope that is that will be easier to attract sponsors with the next gen car being more cost efficient. The sponsorship cycles in NASCAR was very much different even 10 years ago compared to now. The sport is changing and the business world is always changing too. NASCAR is working hard to adapt to the times, and I think they're doing a fine job at it. I mean, come on, if NASCAR was truly dying, would they be able to get the Clash to be ran inside the Los Angeles Coliseum? They're doing all they can, and we should not be concerned about a mass sponsorship exodus. I feel confident that NASCAR will continue to attract new and different companies, and I think stuff like running the Clash at the LA Coliseum, changing up the schedule will help with that. For example, Stewart-Haas Racing inked a deal with Mahindra Tractors, if I pronounce that correctly, to sponsor Chase Briscoe, who also once sponsored an Xfinity car. Eric Jones also got a new sponsor deal with Focus Factor with Petty GMS Racing. As long as NASCAR continues to adapt to the times, I think the sport will be fine. Sponsors come and go. It's very common. So rest assured, NASCAR's not dying. It does suck that M&M's is leaving. They've been in the sport for a very long time. I get that completely. I'm just as bummed as anyone else would be. But, as I mentioned at the start of this video, when there are changes in upper management, stuff like this is very common. But anyhow, what are your thoughts on this video? Do you think that NASCAR will be fine? Do you think more sponsors and corporate companies can come in? What sponsors do you miss being in NASCAR? Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you liked it, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Special thank you to my friend Jetman999 for helping me make this video, as well as providing a thumbnail. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'm Sonicles831, and I'll see you in the next video.